Can't get rid of me, Hey, 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 hey. I run the underground like a fucking marathon. I go to sleep in the hard head to the job done. These niggas only put in work when it seems fun. But to be a boss, you gotta have boss growth some. Why should I stunt hard for a bunch of fronters when most of y'all never seen money? Stevie Wonder, to fix the mesh I made, I'ma need more than a plunger. And
making whole scene is sinking. Big dog, about to bring the motherfucking pain. Lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in.
Oh yeah, we gonna kick it. We gonna kick it, man. We gonna kick it. Man, talk about, y'all got to excuse me today, man. I normally try to show up way more humbler than this, but y'all called me on a vulnerable day, and I had to go ahead and push this episode out. So hey, excuse my attire, but boy, it could be fly.
Let's go, champ.
Give the pass to the champ for the big man. Cause only my fly steppers only understand, you hear me? You hear me? Relax. Relax. I need you to turn your sights on. Cause I'm already got the room lit up. No reason to turn the lights on. Alright! Let's look into it. We left off at a very interesting part last time. And we're going to more so focus on relationships of various forms, but more so direct relationships you have with people and the impact of what this resource term and concept truly is. We're going to get it all out of this one. I can't tell you if we're going to take the long way to get there or the short way, but I assure you, we will see the finish line of this episode regardless. So, okay. Let's pick it up where we left it off. In the nutshell, I pretty much left off at it. You got to watch who you help.
Perhaps.
You gotta watch who you help, right? Now, a lot of y'all not go. I don't care. Let's start there. I don't care about saying something that's real and honest that may hurt, that may help you and not hurt you. Just to get that very understood. A lot of the things that I'm going to say this episode, I'm not going to care about how it sounds. That's the problem with society these days. Everybody's eggshelled out about stepping on toes, but some of the things need to be said so the change can start. And sometimes the change doesn't start with your mind, it starts with your heart.
Shit like that, shit like that,
yeah.
Shit like that. Shit like
so
that.
We got to get some straightening tonight. There's a lot of y'all walking around right now who have become mean, bitter, distasteful, just real manipulative, evil towards people that you don't know, or just have this whole about you that's non-approachable. It all stems from you having a good heart and not knowing how to take either betrayal, backstabbing, or some type of loss that you chose to interact with somebody who you thought was going to give you back what you were, and now you getting around being this whole other person that you don't even recognize and probably don't even care anymore. We gonna talk about some of the realest things that this resource term births. A lot of y'all gonna have to understand this, man. First of all, let's just start it. Let's start over here before we get all the way over here. Everybody not your friend. Everybody's not your friend, right? I mean, I shouldn't have to say that, but guess what? Some people actually need to hear that at their grown, big old age. Everybody's not your friend. Let me tell you what a friend does. A friend will look you in the eye and say some of the realest things to you even when you don't want to hear it. A friend will come at you in a way that may sound like hate, but you got to know how to discern it too. But it's going to influence you to take heed. See, some of y'all need to understand this. People can tell you things. People can try to guide you. People can try to steer you in a certain direction. You don't got to do none of it. But you know what you should do? What? Not what you need to do, because some people are bullheaded. Some people just really have to go through the shit because they don't want to listen. Do you know what you need to do? Never be too prideful or egotistical to take heed on why something was said, or why something was done, or why somebody's body language is off, or why somebody's trying to handle you a certain way. You don't got all the extras, but sometimes it's necessary to take heed. When a friend looks you in the face and they're trying to tell you something, you first of all, you got to go off the history with this person. If this person's never tried to be somebody who's tried to be messy, a fire starter, somebody who it seemed like they had jealous or envious intent, somebody who never had a reason to steer you wrong or put you in a bad situation, this is somebody that you should take heed from. I told y'all in prior episodes, you got to watch who's trying to use you for entertainment, right? But you also got to understand who's trying to help you refrain yourself from being the entertainment without having to go through all the extras for you to find out you're the entertainment.
Shit like that.
You got to understand when somebody's coming from a genuine place and really want to help you, or throwing shots and subs to subliminally hurt you. You got to be able to distinguish that for yourself. Like I said, based off the relationship and the history of what you are to said person, right? All right.
Facts.
Now this one's going to get a little... If you got something good going on right now, or you got an idea, or you trying to start your own business, or you trying to just, you in a place where you're just progressing in life, right? Be mindful of who you relay the message of your success to. Be mindful. Let me tell you some of the realest things I've learned in life, right? Anybody that really know the Mick, man, to tell you, Mickey secretive. Mickey don't, he ain't out here talking, bragging, or whatever. I don't like the fact I got on my joint with y'all right now.
What?
Because this podcast isn't based about being saw. It's based off being heard.
Facts.
There's a difference. I don't want the illusion of what this is to dilute the words. I'd rather, long story short, in my personal life, I'd rather people I'm the people that they can talk to versus to the person who they feel wants to be seen.
Shit like that.
Because that's the foundation of having a real friend. If you got somebody who out here who always want to be seen, want attention, yada yada, that can become a person who becomes threatened by you once you're getting something that they're used to getting and y'all in the same setting. Right? Now, in my personal life, I'm a wholehearted shit kicker. This is just a casual day when I want to play. Just throwing that out there. But like I said, this don't matter to me when I'm doing this. You get what I'm saying? Because the words matter. And if you got a friend, you should value their words. Because it's a lot of people who I give nothing but unadulterated. Everybody, I ain't gonna say a lot of people, everybody when I am truly being asked the question, I come with a disclaimer. That's the best way. Hey, say, man, don't ask me nothing if you don't want the full, unadulterated, unfiltered truth.
Shit like that. Shit
Not
like that.
gonna lie to
Shit
you.
like that.
Don't owe you no lie. And I sure as hell ain't about to sit here and fraud about right and wrong just to make you feel good. You want to know why? Because if I can give you the real life facts and you coming to me, if I sit here and lie to you, if you go out here and you do whatever you do, that blood is on my hands. Because I wasn't honest with you about the question that you asked. And that's how I live my life. And that's how, for the most part, that's how I've always lived my life. I'm not a yes man, but I don't sit here and just give everybody a bunch of no's. You can't be right all the time. You can't be wrong all the time. But you sure as hell can be part of the problem without being the problem. And that's what a lot of y'all have to understand, who have friends who want the best for you, but they see you got fucked up traits, fucked up ways, fucked up attitudes, and this whole aura of entitlement. Let me tell you something. You want to know the worst thing you can do? Is keep utilizing somebody else's time just to let them, just to seep all your bullshit to them. And for you to waste that person's time asking them solutions to the bullshit that you've either put yourself in, created, or allowed to take place, they give you the fucking input and you use none of it. So what is that person supposed to do when you continuously keep coming to them, burning them out, making them feel like their time isn't just as precious as yours? They could be resourcing that time out, but here they are being a resource to you, trying to heal wounds they didn't create, or trying to give understanding or comprehension, or some type of, you know what I mean, letting you vent and giving you some type of solution to something that has nothing to do with them. What happens when that person no longer feels the need to entertain you in the bullshit that comes with you, because clearly your life's a revolving door of bullshit, lies, manipulation, and a lack of gratitude for who the fuck's really holding you down? What happens when that person stops being a resource to you because they just simply don't got time for somebody to keep putting themselves in the same fucking holes, who keep looking for solutions that they really don't want to use to fix shit? It takes a real friend to tell you, look, you got to tighten the fuck up, man. Am I the problem? Yes! If you want to hear it at this point, yes. If we having the same regurgitated conversations more than fucking 4 or 5 times within a week span, yes, you are. Because you know what that tells me? You some type of acceptance problems, or some type of you don't really want to fix shit. You just want to feel good about the solution that's on the table to fix it without doing the work. It's easy to use somebody else's theory of how something could go without doing the work. A lot of y'all have shown and proved that that is an accurate statement. Y'all got to understand, when you dealing with people and you coming to them for shit, they got problems too. Message. They got shit they going through too. Everything that's been talked about in conversations, this is what y'all need to understand. If the conversations are always more one-sided and leaning towards somebody else venting, in the moment that you add your little couple pieces on what's going on about your life, and the conversation doesn't seem interesting no more, evaluate who the fuck you talking to. Evaluate who this person is in your fucking life. Evaluate if the care is the same as what you're displaying. Because a lot of y'all don't even understand People only call you because nobody else wants to hear this shit no more. Gloves off.
Oh shit!
The gloves off, I told y'all. Moving to the next one. Kids. Let me let y'all in on a little secret. If you're from the ages of 16 to 24, or let's say 25, right? From young teens to young adults, understand this. Whether you had parents that were there or parents who weren't, or if you just had one parent that was there and the other one wasn't, understand this. When you get out here and you start thinking you're grown, right? And your parents are trying to guide you. These are the people or the person, you know what I mean? Or grandparent, or auntie or uncle, or maybe a big sister or a big brother that raised you, or a big cousin or something. But I'm just trying to hit every avenue so nobody feels left out. If you know somebody has sacrificed to get you to certain places, and now you done got a little too big for the shell that people have helped you stay resourced in, you've outgrown that shell, and you wanna venture off and find your own without the help of nobody else. Understand this. Once you put yourself in grown boots, you got to do grown fucking work. A lot of parents I have seen have been everything they didn't receive as a child to their kids. Myself fucking included.
Shit like that. Shit like
right?
that. Shit like
and I love you, boo.
Like that. Shit like that.
Key and Kobe. I don't want to leave off none of my babies. I love all y'all. Aww. My baby girl's the oldest, so I figured, I'd say her name. We love you, boo. Give my baby girl some kisses. But now, a lot of y'all got to understand this. You can raise up a child and do all of these things, get this child to a certain point in life, and when it's time for that child to make a decision, you got to trust that you've done enough as a parent for this child to be good. It's going to be a lot of bumps and bruises in the road if you jump out there and drive too fast. But that's the risk you got to take. And parents understand this. You going to see if your child has the ambition, the will, the drive, the sacrifice, and the know-how sooner than later. Once they put themselves in certain situations. Their decisions going to show you that. The friends that they choose to deal with, the significant other that they choose is going to show you that. The way they go about adjusting their mindset to understanding that they're responsible for what happens if they don't eat. But here's the problem, parents. A lot of y'all can't allow y'all kids to suffer temporarily so they can understand it might be cooler just to go put that old shell back on before you go out looking for a new one. Because it ain't that easy to find a new one as you thought. See, the illusion these kids have today is that they monitor each other so much. Another kid could have something that look like they have a certain lifestyle, and because that kid's making it look easy and cool, they think that'll work for them. Some of y'all got, as parents, got to temporarily cut off the resource to these yeses that y'all giving these kids in order for them to understand it's easier to fucking listen than to think you're something that you're not ready to be. Once somebody understands they put themselves in situations about to start living a lifestyle, being perceived a certain way, or taking more losses than they intended, than they even had to. Because they could have still been in that shell, growing, learning, getting closer to the new one without all the extra shit that they had to go through to get it.
Facts.
A lot of y'all got to learn how not to care to be the person that you had to be all the way up to X amount of time. Because what you're doing is prolonging a process that could be over sooner than later.
Facts.
If a kid gets accustomed to not having, and they start living like that, like a certain way, and they don't got to, they'll know, if allowed, they always got a place to go. And that might be the difference between the attitude that they're giving you, the entitlement they're giving you, the lack of respect they're giving you, and all this ungratefulness that you feel when you do for them. A lot of shit can self-eliminate itself if you cut yourself off as a temporary resource. You figure it the fuck out. I love you. I love you. There comes a time as a child and a young adult when you understand when shit ain't going your way and you just out here digging. And by the time you look up and you look down and you see the hole you've dug for yourself, you got to understand that only you can figure out how the fuck to get out of that. And as a parent, I know that's hard to watch. I know that's hard to see. I know that's hard to allow yourself to make it seem like, oh man, everybody gonna think I'm a horrible parent. No, they're not. Because a real parent understands nothing good comes without sacrifice. You've been sacrificing all these fucking years and all this time to make sure this child or these kids are good, right? So you got to trust that you've done enough for them to become the resource they need to be. Not the leech they were starting to be. Oh shit! Not the bum you were starting to feel like they were about to become. Not the ungrateful person who was entitled and made you feel like you don't know who the fuck you raised. This shit didn't come from me. You got to let people get in certain situations where it's only them and probably and more likely the Most High, and understand, okay, I didn't be, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I misjudged it. I misread it. I thought I was ready. I apologize. I didn't mean to make you feel like I was ungrateful. I didn't mean to make you feel like I didn't care. I didn't mean to make you, I didn't know it took all of this. It didn't take all of this to be grown. Yes, the fuck you do. So imagine me doing this for you and whomever else. Sometimes you got to put people in your situation of sacrifice for them to comprehend what the fuck the sacrifice really is when you say it. A kid will never understand what you say. When all the sacrifices I do, I go ahead and bust my ass. They never understand it because they ain't had to fucking do it yet. So when they're doing it for themselves and nobody else, that's when the wake-up call comes. That's when the understanding comes. That's when the gratitude for you will come in. And they'll be like, you know what? I am sorry. Hey, boy, let me tell you something. This shit is harder than Michigan water. You hear me? I mean, this is tough stuff right here. I can't do nothing with it. Oh my goodness. I'm out here. I ain't hit no weight. I just surviving off Roman noodles and Capri Suns. I can't keep doing this, man. I know my head high. I mean, my blood pressure high. I can feel it. I feel faint. I mean, my eyes been blurry. I just be eating all nothing but chips and stuff. I ain't ate no real food in a week.
Holy shit.
People got to go through that. I'm dead the fuck ass. Look, one thing I'll never feel bad about, and I'm sure my child will say, gee, I don't give a shit. I mean, I'm a father. See, this is the hard part about having to be a man versus to a woman. A man has to turn off that switch even when he doesn't want to sometimes. A man, I sit there and be crying inside watching his children struggle sometimes because he got to believe he raised fighters. He raised perseverers. He raised people who gonna self-motivate themselves and not be victims. He raised somebody that got this type of blood in them to make it happen, but they got to know it. They can't be weak. And if they see me upset and vulnerable, they gonna feel like it's okay for them to half-ass it. So if I don't care, they got to start understanding. I figured out. And that dog will come out. The thing that you put in them will come out. Pause.
Relax.
Everything that you instilled in them to be great will be right there. And it's just for them to grab it and understand this is how powerful I am. But some of y'all won't let y'all kids understand that because y'all feel like if y'all keeping these kids with y'all, and this is the thing, I have no problem with none of my kids staying with me until they're in their young adulthood. And if probably need be, maybe past that. I mean, I'm not forcing, but this is the thing. You cannot be a fucking grown person playing grown around me and you're not pulling your weight as a fucking young adult.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
There's situations that need to be tended to outside of yourself when it comes to being a resource to other people that come with being fucking grown. There's going to be scenarios where you might have to sacrifice time and assist other people for nothing. Just based off you knowing that you're going to need this person again at some point, and you don't want to burn that bridge. So you got to keep these people in the tuck, just like they got to keep you in the tuck. And everybody has to make sure that the understanding of it was genuine is there. Because some people, you can't allow to get out your life because you don't want to assist, you don't want to do, you don't want to help. Because these could be the same people that make your life easier. And one person can change things, but now you calling 5 or 6 people for one person who could have made that happen for you. So the sacrifices that come with being an adult have to be understood early in a young teenager and a young adult. And y'all got to allow that shit to happen. Another thing, relationships.
Get 'em.
Let me tell y'all something. This I don't give a fuck. We're gonna talk about it. Some of y'all are young adults, right? Or some of y'all are adults or whatever. Let me say this. Some of y'all who have surpassed y'all parents, y'all listen up to me fucking good. Hear me out. And I'm going to say this shit and I'm not going to kid because y'all need to hear it. To the young people who have surpassed not only their parents but most of their elders in their family, and I do mean job-wise or career-wise or whatever it is you do to get funding, lifestyle-wise, character-wise, you know what I mean? Integrity-wise. All of these things play as your being. You as a being. If you can look in the mirror and say, I've surpassed a lot of people and I'm a good person. I didn't have to step on people along the way. I didn't have to slander people. I didn't have to shice people. I didn't have to manipulate. I didn't have to steal. I didn't have to kill, rob, none of that. I played the game fair, and I made it there. You understand me? We talking to you right now. Right now, I'm just. This is an example, right? Right now, if my daughter, right? If my daughter made some type of whatever, she come up. She take off. Now, I surpassed my dad and my mom. I mean, Mom, if you ever seen this, yeah, I done beat you. You lost. Me and your middle child, I feel like we have surpassed you and his dad and my dad. Right? I don't care. I got to be real. I feel like we've done this early in life, and this is what a parent is supposed to want for their child, right?
Facts.
Okay. If my daughter surpasses me early in life, right? And let's say she becomes a millionaire in her 20s.
That's what the hell I'm talking about.
Boo, if you ever surpass your dad and you become a millionaire in your 20s and you overcome the odds and people who thought you'd never be shit, except for the people who were there supporting you the whole fucking time, just know you don't owe us shit. Your success was our reward. Now, the things that you would want to do for us, that's optional. But your dad ain't gonna be looking for nothing. The other one might be...
Oh, son of a bitch!
I mean, your mom might be looking for nothing. But I'm sure your stepmom, mate. You hear what I'm saying? Your grandpa, your grandma, you know what I mean? The people who actually put paws in the dirt for you, even when it hurt. They ain't gonna be, you know what I mean? So long story short, young people, look out for your family when you can and when it's necessary. Don't be selfish. Don't shit on nobody who helped you get there. But what I'm saying is, don't let people hold shit over your head because now you're the person that does all these great things that they can brag on.
Message.
Have enough smartness to stand up for you and what you've sacrificed to get and put yourself in position to get, and respectfully be able to maneuver through that and help people accordingly. Because people will bleed you dry if they feel like you got it. Once you become to whom much is given, much is required. I don't want to get biblical or spiritual on y'all, but that's a real thing. So you got to know what to give, when to give, how to give, and more importantly, how to do it efficiently so you can live. So like I said, if you ever hear this, the little analogy your dad said, understand, because I expect you to be great. I expect you to be amazing. I expect you to be somebody people respect. I expect you to show everybody how dope and fly and funny you are, because that's who your dad is. That's who your dad is. You're bred for something great and you're going to be great. So at the end of the day, young people, when you know you had a solid structure of whomever may be there for you, understand this. It's cool to look out for people who were there for you.
Facts.
But the people outside of that, you don't owe them shit. Fuck a name, fuck a title, fuck perception of how people are going to try to carry it. Because once you got money and you can't help them, they're going to try to say, oh, you must be broke. No!
Fuck all you hoes.
I'm not the one asking you for shit. Actually, you're broke. Broken! Ain't that what the young kids are saying? Hear me? Just because you hit the lotto, don't motherfucking feel guilty about that. You hear me? Yeah, let's get some snaps for that. The Analogy King is here, and it's all sincere. Yeah. Y'all didn't even catch that one. Without big bars in the chat.
Shit like that.
But anyway.
Shit like that.
That's just something I felt I needed to say to some of y'all young people, because I've been trying to let a lot of these people who are older and stubborn understand, if you don't know how to use this damn technology, you gonna be lost, broke, and behind. And you can't afford all three of them things. All three of them? You gonna be all three of them? Come on now, somebody. That ain't no way to live.
Nope.
Anyway, moving forward. This is the last one. I'm gonna go ahead and try to motherfucking, I'm gonna get this one out.
Pause.
Relationships. There's no way we couldn't talk about this shit. Before we do this, I'm gonna throw one more in the mix. Your job.
Come on, man.
Your jobs. A lot of y'all are pure, unadulterated, unfiltered, true to the bone, backbone resources to these jobs, right?
Facts.
Understand the difference between being resourced and being fucking used. So my heart and spirit to tell somebody that thing tonight. Know the difference between being resourced and being used. A lot of these people don't care about how the work is done, when the work is done, long as it gets done, and they can take the credit for it. Be mindful of who's taking the credit for your work. Be mindful of who you're allowing to use you as a resource to work. Be mindful of how much you allow yourself to be in a mental space where you're not happy and you're feeling stagnant because you're feeling overworked.
Shit like that.
That was on the spirit. I had to tell somebody that thing tonight because I can feel king or queen. It's time for you to take a risk and gamble on you. You're dope, you're amazing, you're smart, you're capable, and more importantly, you've proved that you can be a resource, not just to others, but for yourself, if that's what you're doing. And sometimes it just takes you understanding you're strong enough to be somebody who can persevere and be through adversary of situations in the work field and still be standing. Real workers work. So you need to understand your value. And if you're feeling devalued, it might be time to take a risk, and you'd be surprised how quick and how close the bigger, better blessing really is. And I'm saying that to myself as I speak, because that's not just for y'all. That's just something that needs to be out there that we all should understand. There's always bigger and better. You want to know how I know? Because they'll fire your ass for somebody else who is bigger and better pause.
Yikes.
And more skilled. So never stop feeling. Don't get too complacent. Don't get too comfortable. Some of us find good career jobs early in life because we don't have real skill set or real talent or real. So the job that some people just work for 20 and 40 years, that's because they don't have any real skill sets they're really willing to use or gamble on themselves to do. We're not talking to you. Continue to live your stable life. Peace and blessings to you. I pray you get your pension and Social Security. I'm trying to eat at the table now. I'm trying to be young, limber, loose, and I'm ready to motherfucking chunk the deuce.
Lord,
You understand me? I'm trying to get out here and do something dope. The fact that I'm doing this lets me know I'm capable. The fact that I set up whole production to do this the way I do it lets me know I'm capable. So sometimes you gotta let people understand, just start something. Start somewhere on something you care about and see where it goes. That's all I'm gonna say. If you can be a resource to others, learn how to be that for you. Learn how to work for you as hard as you work for others. That's all I want to say on that. I don't want to even. I ain't got my gloves on, and I can't handle y'all in the box that say fragile tonight. Yeah. Rough hands in effect. Pause. So, all right, relations. Some of y'all got to understand this. Some of y'all with some shitty people. Let's just start there. I ain't even going. Some of y'all with some shitty people. Some of y'all have allowed yourself to be the shitty person. And some of y'all have allowed yourself to be Arnold Palmer, 50-50. Somebody who's not the problem but creates the problems. Some of y'all got to understand this. When you find a man or a woman who will sacrifice for you, cater to you mentally, physically, emotionally, sexually, financially when possible, and put you in a situation where you were better before you met them. You got to understand there's a lot of power in just that. If somebody's resourced themselves out and made you a primary care in their life, don't take them for granted. Now, relationships and how this shit comes. And I'm going to say this, and this is just based off experience. Kids fuck up a lot. Kids are ruining a good motherfucking thing, man. This is coming from personal experience. I mean, kids will put you in situations, whether it's you going through shit with the mom or dad, whether it's you dealing with shit with the kid directly, whether you're in a new relationship and the kid or kids can't adjust to the new person. Kids will fuck up a lot. But you got to understand this shit. You got to know how to, be considerate and be mindful.
Yep.
Those kids are there before you. And nobody should be having to choose nobody over nobody. First of fucking
Facts.
End of the fucking day, if you have a child or children, your child ain't gonna understand that you got to balance love. So you have to enforce that as the man or the woman who's coming into that scenario with these kids or child.
Facts.
You got to understand this as well. If you're a man or woman, you should not be banking on just one person's income to keep your life stable. If you fucking grown, you need to be doing something that fucking helps.
Shit like that.
Now, like I said prior to last episode, if a man or a woman is cool with providing for their significant other, that's their fucking business. Because I'm going to tell y'all now, I don't give a fuck. I want this to be out there now. If my wife strike before I do, and she say, babe, you ain't got to work no more, feet are up in this motherfucker. Do you hear me? I don't. Because this is the fucked up part. What people hear about that when a man says it. I didn't say I wasn't going to be still doing what I need to do to get mine. I just know I don't got to stress no more as a fucking man to provide for her. Only real men heard that.
Shit like that.
I said I didn't have to stop what I was doing. It's optional now. But if I choose to, now I can pursue something that can put me if not where she is or past her.
Message.
Without being distracted with the worries of a job or having to create a job or having to figure out how to do such and such. I can strategically make a blueprint without the stress because now I know Mama Bear has. You understand me? Because if I could put her in that situation fully right now, because no the fuck she's not. No the fuck she is not. It's got real fucking life and this motherfucker's going on, baby. And we are not. Keep it up. harder. You hear me? Yeah, but we still having nothing but good times. Hello. You hear me? Yeah, let's get some slaps. That's what that first fucking record is. And today, you got to understand, if you can be a resource to your partner, make sure it's not an empty resource. And I mean that as this. People will treat you like an unlimited resource if you just giving. And you make them feel like it's okay. They don't got to do nothing back at some point to make sure you're good.
Message.
A real man or woman isn't going to just keep letting their significant other just give without trying to contribute something. Sex ain't always the answer, men and women. Some of y'all need to know that tonight. I mean, just like on Valentine's Day, when a man would go out and buy a woman the whole right side of the fucking store, and she come in with a negligee and some shit on and thinking pussy's a gift. No, it is not, ma'am. How you gonna give me something I just had? How you gonna give me a refurbished gift? Oh shit! Let's get some snaps. Yeah, this is the portion. Y'all can tell this is the portion where it's coming. The train's coming into the station, baby. I'm just giving y'all cold hard facts. Yeah. Now, real men and women gonna take care of each other. They're gonna make sure I'm good if you're good, and if you're not good, I'm not good until you are. So we're gonna figure out what's going on. We're going to figure out how can we fix it. We're going to figure out how to get through it. When somebody's been a real resource to you, man, a resource isn't a runner. Resources they're right there by you. They're available. You have access to them. And somebody who's really wanting to be a resource to you isn't going to. A resource is meant to help and never to harm.
Message.
Remember that. A lot of y'all, men and women, you can't be with somebody who you can keep time bullshit to and some type of harm to, but because you have it your way, you willing to deal with it. That ain't how life is designed to work. Some of y'all gotta make a fucking choice. Either you gonna deal with the bullshit and shut up that somebody's giving you as they're being a resource to you and do whatever the fuck they want to you, or you gonna stand on business, you gonna handle shit the right fucking way, and you gonna make sure that you're respected as somebody who pulls their fucking weight and doesn't need the motherfucker but enjoys the company of them and would like to continue building, but shit must change in order for that motherfucking shit to be enjoyable for both of us. Hello. Some of y'all just got this simple standing on business with certain shit. Yeah, I mean, that's like go back to the kid shit. When you get to a certain situation with kids, you have to force that understanding because kids are biased. That's just the best way. Kids only care about how their parent feels. Kids don't really care about how the significant other that's not their parent feels.
Message.
That's just the God honest truth. Every kid isn't built with kindness and compassion. A lot of us birthed assholes. I'm telling you, shit, a lot of us birthed assholes. See, I'm saying shit that y'all ain't gonna say. So you got to keep the control and balance and the understanding in all of these avenues. If you're going to be a resource in any facet of life, understand, no resource is unlimited. At some point, you will become depleted. And if you become depleted, you're going to feel defeated. And I'm trying to help y'all beat it. Pause.
Yikes.
I'm trying to help y'all understand in advance. If you give yourself a chance, you can live the life you want. Get them feet high and dance.
What do you mean by that?
Because you not getting taken advantage of You getting the same treatment. You getting the gratitude you deserve. You're getting the flowers that you've earned while you're still breathing. And guess what? A lot of y'all have that.
Facts.
But a lot of y'all too busy trying to save other people to stop and be recognized.
Shit like that.
Let me say this before I let a lot of y'all go. If you want to know what you mean to people, stop bothering people for a while and see who reaches out to you. See who reaches out to you. See, if you're the person who reach out to people, and I'm not saying motherfuckers don't care when they don't reach out, but I'm talking about when people constantly are dealing with you and they need you, start giving people no's and stop reaching out to them. And when they do reach out to you, if you're the person that used to you billing them out, give them a no. And see how many times they start reaching out to you after you give them no's. That's the better way to say it. I said that the wrong way the first time. Start giving people no's that's used to yeses and see how often they reach out to you. Because let me tell you some real shit. When people get accustomed to no's and they still call you and they still can communicate and y'all can still laugh and y'all can still whatever, those are the people who got your back.
Facts.
Those are the people who ain't got no ill intent towards you. Those are the people who understand maybe they took it too far and they asked you for too much. So they're trying to figure out how can they repair and figure shit out. Now you gotta watch out. Manipulators do the same shit. So like I said, you gotta have your own personal discernment for certain things. But you got to understand, people who keep showing up for you even when you stop showing up for them, those are the ones that you keep in your life. These days, it's not hard. People self-eliminate themselves daily. And these are people who you've known since childhood sometimes. Family members. People that you've been in long-term relationships with. You got to understand, when you're always being the person that's dependent on, and you start telling people that you can't anymore, the people who come to your aid to make sure you're alright, those are the people who are designed and meant to ride all the way to the top with you, because now the load is lighting itself. You didn't have to do nothing. You didn't have to get out of character. You didn't have to be a butthole to nobody. You didn't have to do anything other than sit back and watch who was who and what was what. I didn't even intend for this to be this long, man. I really didn't. I feel like this episode, we really kicked it. You know what I'm talking about? I feel like we really kicked it. We put ourselves in a very dope spot during this episode. I feel like this is the best random subject I could have threw out there for y'all, because a lot of y'all needed this shit. A lot of y'all need to understand, when you a person who thinks to save everybody else but themselves will surely die alone. Because once everybody's saved and everybody's got what they wanted from you, and everybody feels like they don't need you anymore, and the visit stop, the phone call stop, the feeling of gratitude and gratefulness towards you stop, that'll make you feel like it's just you. And some people die with that feeling. That's what I mean when I say people die alone. Some people die not feeling like nobody cared and they was there for everybody. My own mom, I get on my mom this topic all the time.
No, don't do it.
Mom, you gotta know how to take this damn cape off and stop trying to save everybody and focus on you directly. My mom would tell you right there if she was here. My mom has one of the biggest hearts in the world. My mom is one of the most amazing people in the world, but she's not been a butt to people.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Cause my mom got a little nasty attitude from time to time. She's been through some things, come on some slack. Not too much on my mom, cause I do that too. But that's here nor there. Mom's a dope person, man. And she'd help, if she seen a rock in the road, she'd help it find the rest of the gravel. Do you hear me? That's the type of person my mom is, man. So this topic is passionate to me because I think of people like her. I think of people like my wife. Like just people who have big hearts and pure hearts. Understand your purpose is one thing. Your design of what character that you're intended to be is another. But who and what you align yourself along the way with to become that person can either advance you, hinder you, or keep you stagnant. And you do not want to be that last one. So just be smart on who and what you allow yourself to give to and to receive from. Pause.
Relax.
Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to love you the way you can love you. And nobody's going to be the bigger resource to you than yourself. It's up to you to make sure you're good. It's up to you to make sure that your daily and day-to-day functions of what you conduct yourself to and for are taken care of accordingly. And more importantly, it's up to you to understand you can't change anybody or anything else until you make sure that you made the changes that are necessary for yourself to be good first. You can only help it assist. You can't change certain things until you put yourself in a position to change things. So up until that point, you're only helping and assisting. And the help gets tired and the assistance runs out.
Message.
And what happens when you need it? Who gonna be there? So on that note, it's your man Mickey J. the Endless.
Cut that bitch off.
AKA the Big Man. With the big hands, you feel me? And this has been
It's a certified hood classic.
You hear me? This has been one of the ones. I hope y'all understood some of the power in these words. I hope y'all took heed of the intent of this episode. And more importantly, I hope these words didn't fall on deaf ears. Because this is something that can get you through the rest of your good years. You understand me? Until next time, we're going to talk it out. But until then, I'm gonna walk it out. Peace and blessings, man.